Which sucks because they've been
it?
on Destination America for the last year, and I've really enjoyed getting to watch them. That is right now to me that is a healthier product than WWE. Right now, probably the healthiest product in the world. Go to Japan, 5-5 then.
Right. Yeah.
You need to. It needs to mean something when you lose as a top guy. And WWE has just completely devalued wins and losses at this point. The show Raw, here's the thing, hours on Monday, 2 hours on Thursday. You've got 5 hours to fill. And basically, I don't even watch the Thursday night SmackDown anymore. All it's become is a Raw recap with a few extra matches thrown in there. All Raw has become, if you watch Raw, you listen to the announce team, adamant about as we were that night, but that's basically what Raw is. It's all about Diet Mountain Dew, and it's about Kickstart, and it's about T-Mobile, and it's about Virgin with some wrestling figurines, because now we got to sell the figurines. And it's just, oh God. I mean, you go back and you watch the stuff from 98, 99. It's just, it's almost a totally different product. And it was just so much better just listening to them tell the stories of what's going on. It's a lot to take in. And I know I've thrown out a whole lot of stuff tonight, but I think it's the most horrible thing ever. There's people who love it and take it a little too overboard. But then there's those of us, I mean, Ed, here's my thing. People are going to listen to this. Well, asshole, if you don't like it, stop watching.
It doesn't work like that.
Here's the thing. It doesn't work like that. You know what? I'm an East Carolina football fan. I watched the years at Miami, and I'm going to watch it because I love the Miami Hurricanes. I love the WWE. I got out of it for a while, and once I got back in, I'm like, man, I remember why I enjoy this. It is entertaining. It's just there are so many ways it could be more entertaining.
Right.
And that's where my complaints come from. Is just, to me it just seems so logical. Switch up a few things and you can make this great again. It's never going to be the Attitude Era again because you're not going to pull sevens again. Mm-hmm. It's so simple. A whole room full of writers could almost figure it out, you would hope.
Almost. But that's going to do it for our Super So Raw.
Hit me up at Wes Bradshaw 21. I'll be happy to talk some wrestling with you online.
As soon as you get back from your cruise.
That's right. As soon as I get
to you guys. I guess I can still do a watch for this week. I'm not really watching anything. I am playing Xenoblade Chronicles X. It just came out last Friday. I told my girlfriend Jackie, last night, this was Tuesday night, I told her I'd been playing for a little bit, and I came to a sudden realization that, I may not actually be good at this game. I may actually be terrible at it. After playing a little bit more tonight, Wednesday night, I can say, no, I'm getting better. And it's going to be a very enjoyable game, I think. Super massive world. So still pretty early into the campaign, but it's as I'm learning more and how to do things, it's actually becoming a very enjoyable experience. So I'll be playing that a lot more through the holiday season and into the coming year, as I'm still probably 4 or 5 months away from that remastered Twilight Princess. Thanks so much for joining us here. Again, this podcast has been presented by NGSC Sports and NGSCSports.com, where we never stop. Follow them on Twitter at NGSC Sports. Follow us on Twitter at AFA Pod. I'm at Edward Green. Wes, even though he couldn't join us live tonight, he's at Wes Bradshaw 21. Our love of the beautiful game and wrestling and everything else we talk about. So for my call, Wes Bradshaw, who's on special assignment, I am Edward Green, and thank you so much, guys. We will talk to you next week when we have another weekend of the Barclays Premier League to recap, Europa League, and so much more. Sounds good.
iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter